As a football club, if we were ruthless, we would genuinely win everything, and I mean that. And I genuinely mean it. And let me break it down. EFL Cup final. I don't think we respected City enough. I don't think, um, we went for it truly. We didn't play our best 11, and there wasn't enough passion. And I truly think we could have done more. I think, in a way, we didn't respect them enough with the lineup, but we respected them too much on the field by letting them have too much of the ball. If that makes sense, I just truly think we could be more ruthless and go for things. Southampton, we doubled down, didn't respect them at all, and we were punished for it. Now, those two tournaments, the EFL Cup and the FA Cup, I truly believe, even though they are smaller technically than the Prem and the Champions League, those are still massive tournaments. They're still very, very huge for momentum and getting that winning feeling, and honestly, just winning anything. I truly think Arsenal has the squad, and capability to do it. That being said, there is a bit of an issue in rotation and fatigue because we play the same guys in all four competitions, even though we have the depth to rotate. And, you know, we're seeing the results of it. We're out of two tournaments, and now we're relying, like, we are doing well in the Prem and in the Champions League, but it's coming very close, and it's getting, you know, to stages where a lot of guys like Rice and Zubmendi have been absolutely phenomenal, but they are tired. They're fatigued. We don't have many one. Obviously, Marino's injured. But is there minutes? Okay, I think Rice has to stay on. But is there minutes for Norgard and Miles Lewis Skelly in the midfield for Zubmendi when he's tired? I think it's possible because I truly believe we can beat Newcastle more than one. I think we let them back into the game, and you know, part of that is non-rotations. Part of that might be the players not. I don't want to say they don't want it because I know they want it. They want it so much. They've put so much into it. But I do think we can be more ruthless by scoring more than one. That's all I'm saying. We scored and then dropped off immediately. Um, I honestly think if we score and we make sure that the next large chance in the game is from us again, that is where we need to be ruthless because every time we score, we drop off. The other team's back in, and this is where we get, the pressure starts piling up. We're sitting back in Newcastle at our own stadium, and they're in a very weak spot. By the way, they're vulnerable. We should be getting at them. We should be getting confidence from them. Um, and again, this is where the next following games, like Burnley, for example, you can't be winning by one. You need to be ruthless. You need to get the goal difference up. But that's just a side note. Honestly, again, the result is the main thing, and I can't complain. I'm happy with the boys. They've done well, but I truly think we could have won the EFL Cup and honestly given the FA Cup a much better run. Premier League, still very, very doable. Just finish out the games. Champions League, this one's hard. It's right in the middle of the week, in the middle of all our other games. Like I said, the boys are already tired. We're clearly not going to rotate. Saka's freshly back, and he will probably be thrown straight into that. So, yeah, I'm asking a lot of the boys, but I do think, again, the word ruthless for me just resonates well because if you look at Liverpool under Klopp, you look at City's teams with Pep, um, Chelsea when they're dominating, Bayern Munich, PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, whoever you want it, they're scoring 4 or 5 goals a game. They're non stopping and they're not just squeezing by. And look, the thing is, I truly believe we have the talent and we have the players to do it. And I understand you can't win every game by a lot, but I think I'm just asking the idea of attacking. Say we won 1-0, but the whole game we're in Newcastle's end, we're taking chances. We're creating. That's the other thing. Creating little chaos, little bits and moments. What Eze does. That's why he's so important. I think if we're doing that and we still don't score, fair enough. But the thing is, part of the games we're not even doing it. We're literally scoring, and then we think we've won the game. We just start sitting back and letting Bruno G dictate. It's just that for me. I don't know how consistent that is. Like obviously the boys have done phenomenal, and I think they're gonna finish the season off well. But it needs to be a bit more thorough. And part of that is obviously the rotation of the players being very tired, but I also think part of it is Mikel wanting to be too cautious. And what I mean is when you get a lead, you want to protect it. You don't want to take too many risks. But the thing is, not taking risks in football is actually a massive risk because say we take a shot, it doesn't go in, but it goes out of bounds or whatever it be. The keeper makes a save, we force a corner, whatever it is. That is less danger than us recycling the ball to the point where it gets to our center backs, having to, play a dodgy pass back to Raya or try a half turn on the edge of our box or whatever it is. That is a bigger risk. And it all comes from being too cautious. We're too cautious, as in the final third, feel free to lose the ball. Try things. If you lose it, I trust the back line, and also we'll be in a much better shape to win the ball back. If you lose it playing out of the back, or playing around the horseshoe, playing it all the way back to Raya, that is where it honestly becomes, that caution can honestly put us in danger. So to summarize, I think if the boys are more ruthless, we go for it, we attack, and we use our talents. I know they're tired, but I truly think we could have won everything. And this year, we can still win the Prem and the Champions League. And I know that's a lot to ask. I know there's some phenomenal teams left. I know each game is going to be hard, and the boys are tired, but they want it a lot. They're putting in the efforts. They're going to get it done, boys. Let me know what you think.